Chapter 42. Leone turned at the sound of Oli's scream. He thrashed on the ground not far from Tall. The ranger backed away as Oli clawed at the ground, tossing soot and dirt into the air in a desperate attempt to grab at something only he could see. "What is wrong with him?" Leone snapped as she ran back toward them. "I told you to wake him up." Tall shook her head, then pulled her sword free. "I hadn't even tried to wake him yet." Leone stood over Oli as he thrashed, unsheathing her sword and leveling the tip toward him. His eyes were still closed, and he paid her no heed. His twisting and scratching began to slow, however, calming down like someone waking from night terrors. Leone understood then this may be the last time she'd be able to take the woodsman's life with ease. If she allowed him to come back, to return to consciousness, who knew what would happen? But Tall's words echoed in her mind, for better or worse. Oli was the only potential weapon she had against the Elmas. But she had to learn to wield him. Oli quieted now, still on the floor with eyes fluttering, though not fully open. "Get up," Leone said, barely restraining herself from kicking him as well. He began to comply, sitting up slowly, but before he got to his feet, he began to retch and heave. He went to all fours, and Leone stepped backward in disgust as he vomited. It was a moment later before he stopped, breathing heavy and deep. "I told you to rise," Leone said. Oli took one more deep breath and spat on the ground. "Shut it." Leone clenched her fists, hissing through her teeth as Oli stood up, his back to her. "I should end your pathetic life right now, but I have chosen mercy. Do you even realize what you have done? The Ancient One is dead, dead, as is our hope for saving this kingdom." Oli said nothing, though he did go still as Leone spoke, head cocked to the side as though listening. After a while, Oli broke the silence with one simple question. "Where is she?" It took Leone a full 3 heartbeats to understand who he meant by she. When she did understand, Leone's blade faltered, and she went silent. Neither she nor Tall said a word. Oli's head turned until he spotted the broken form of his mother. When he made his way toward her, Leone finally looked away. The sun was higher now, and the ominous mystery of the clearing lessened, replaced instead by the horror of black soil, hacked vines, and a few dozen dried bones. Leone had not noticed in the dimmer light of the night, but suddenly the wisps of green smoke that lingered felt as if they might be spirits of the dead. She turned when she heard Oli speaking, though his voice stayed too low for her to make out any words. On his knee, he cradled his mother, rocking back and forth like one of the time-telling pendulums back in the city. "He will turn on us," Leone said, her voice quiet. The hilt of her sword felt cold. Tall shook her head, eyes rimmed in black, and the cut on her head purpling in a bruise. "I don't think he will." Leone prayed Tall was right. If Oli blamed her for his mother's death, she doubted she and Tall could kill him. It should be possible, the two of them against a mere hunter, but Oli had proved anything other than a mere hunter. He seemed incapable of dying, as though death itself would not take him. Even now, as she watched, Leone saw his clothes were a patchwork of holes, beneath which his skin should have contained hundreds of lacerations, but through the explosion had only shredded his cloak and tunic. His body remained untouched by anything except old scars. Leone feared him. Oli laid his mother down, carefully, positioning her arm above her head and palms facing the sky, then gently closing her eyes in burial preparation. Then he pulled the cowl of his hood over his head, and he turned toward them, tears glistening on his beard. But he did not look back at his mother as he approached Leone and Tall. Leone cleared her throat. You have destroyed Trevelar's last hope of repelling the invasion of Katsraka, Oli Ricker. Without that power of Star Davna, we are at the mercy of our enemy. Oli said nothing, only stood unmoving. She had expected a retort or an angry tirade, an attack even. She swallowed, then continued. As payment for your crime, I command you to serve the crown in the fight against... Have they attacked? He asked, cutting her off. Leonie paused. What? Have the Dark Ones attacked Watchful? Tal spared her the need to reply. Last night was the earliest we expected an attack. It's impossible to be sure, but it is likely. Oli nodded. Then I'm going back. Leonie and Tal shared a glance. To fight the Elmes? Leonie asked. To find my sister. Oli turned westward, but Tal stepped forward and grabbed his shoulder. Wait, Oli, we can... Off me! Oli snapped, twisting from her grip. As he did, his cowl dropped back, revealing his eyes. Those eyes! Tal gasped and stumbled backward, raising her sword, but Leonie only stared. Make her help us, Tal muttered. Then louder, she said, It's the sign of the Meia, Your Highness. He's possessed. The woodsman turned around, as if looking to see if Tal spoke to someone else. Then he looked back to Tal. Oi, when the 12 hells you on about? Opportunity appeared like a flash before Leonie. It was faint, but she thought she saw a path forward, a way of pulling the woodsman's strings just right. She stepped forward, sword low. It is your eyes, Oli. They've changed. Oli snorted, but Leonie continued. Take my blade. See your reflection for yourself. She held out the sword, offering him the handle. It was a reckless gamble to give up her weapon. But Leonie's mind raced ahead, putting pieces and a plan together. Meia, magic, it was marked in a man by the change in their eyes. One eye would become vibrant, like yellow of the Elmes. The other would become white and black. Centuries before, it had made purging the kingdom of magic a simple matter. It had made purging the kingdom of magic a simple matter, if a bloody one. She did not know how, but in killing Star Davna, Oli had inadvertently become imbued with Meia. Perhaps a magic so powerful it could even defeat the Elmes. Leonie only needed to wield him in order to wield his power. Right now, he would be confused, upset by the death of his mother, shocked by the change he had undergone somehow. He would never be more pliable than right now. Oli stared at the proffered sword, looking as though he feared a trick. Eventually, slowly, he reached out his hand and took the handle of the blade.